Go on allocating and cancel if it is 0 in the row or a column, cancel it and find out the solution. The cost of the transportation is 19 into 5 plus 30 into 2 plus 30 into 6 plus 40 into 3 plus 70 into 4 plus 20 into 14 will give the cost of the transportation. Supply is equal to demand, that's equal to 7. Therefore, this is a balanced transportation problem. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of Operation Research OR class. I am Mr. Niranjan, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. In my previous class, we have discussed a problem and the step-by-step procedure to solve a transportation problem by northwest corner method. In this session, I am going to take few more problems on this northwest corner method. Let me start with a simple problem. Solve the transportation problem by northwest corner method. As you know, first we have to check whether this is a balanced transportation problem or not. If it is a balanced transportation, the first we are going to identify the northwest element, that is the left topmost element. This element we are going to consider, and the minimum of the supply we are going to allocate, and the step goes on proceeding. Now let me start with checking the supply and the demand. Let us verify, let us check the supply and the demand. So what is the supply and demand here? Now what is given? 7 plus 9 plus 18. On the other hand, demand is 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 14. Just add this. So what is this equal to? So if you add 18 plus 9, that's equal to 27. 27 plus 7. 27 plus 7, that's equal to 34. So this is 34. Supply is equal to 34. What is the demand? So let us verify this. Now 14 plus 7, that is 21. 21 plus 8 is 29. 29 plus 5. 29 plus 5, this is also equal to 34. So this is also 34. That means here the supply is equal to demand, that's equal to 34. Therefore, this is a balanced transportation problem. The given problem is a balanced transportation problem. Okay. Now let us come to this. Here, so here supply is equal to 34 and demand is also equal to 34. Therefore, this is a balanced transportation. Supply is equal to demand is equal to 34. Therefore, this is a balanced transportation problem. Now, just let us find out the northwest element. Here the first northwest element is 19. Now, so find out the demand. Demand is 5 and the supply is 7, which is minimum. Demand is less. Now you can allocate the demand 5 here. So once if you substitute 5, 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Here this is supply is 7 minus 5, this is equal to 2. So if this is 0 means you can cancel the entire row. So this all the elements of this D1 is get cancelled. Now again find out the next north element. So the next north element is 30. Here northwest element is 30. Just identify the next northwest element. Northwest element. So here 30. Again perform, just verify the supply and the demand. The demand is 8 and the supply is 2. In 8 and 2 the minimum value is 2. Let us allocate 2 here. 8 minus 2 is equal to 6 you will get. Here this is 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Once if this becomes 0 means you can cancel the entire row. Okay, we can cancel this. Now, here again come to the next element is next northwest element is 30. Again 30 is the northwest element. Find out the supply and the demand. Supply demand is 6 and the supply is 9. This is minimum. You can allocate 6 here. 6 minus 6, this is equal to 0. 9 minus 6, this is equal to 3. Once this is 0 means we can cancel this entire row. Okay. Now, again identify the next northwest element. Here the next northwest element is 40. Now, identify the supply and the demand. Just find out the demand is 7 and the supply is 3. 3 is the least value. I can substitute 3 here. 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Here the demand is 7, 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. Okay. Now, once this is equal to 0, we can cancel this entire row, right? Now, next, find out the next northwest element. The next northwest element is 70 and find out the minimum in supply and the demand. The minimum of supply and the demand is 4 and the supply is 18. I can allocate 4 here. Then this 4 minus 4 is equal to 0 and this 18 minus 4 is equal to 14. See, once this is 0 means this will also get cancelled. Now, what is left over? The next element is 20. 20 is the next northwest element and identify the demand and the supply. See, the demand is 14, supply is also 14. So, demand and supply must be same for the last cell. So, then just I can allocate 14 here, then 14 minus 14, this is 0, again 14 minus 14, this is also 0, we can cancel the entire step. So, in the final stage, the supply and demand must be 0. Here, the supply is equal to, demand is equal to 0, hence it is a balanced. So, we can find the solution for this. So, we can find the solution for this. Now, let me mark the solution region. This is the solution region. Wherever we have allocated, that region is to be considered. I can consider this region as well as this region. Okay. And next allocation is, this is the next allocation. Again, this also. Next one is this. And this is also we have taken for allocation. So, these are the allocation points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Now, we can find the solution. So, the cost of the transportation is 19 into 5 plus 30 into 2 plus 30 into 6 plus 40 into 3 plus 70 into 4 plus 20 into 14 will give the cost of the transportation. Now, therefore, the cost of the transportation is the cost of the transportation is equal to, just multiply this, 19 into 5 plus 30 into 2 plus again 30 into 6 plus 40 into 3 plus 40 into 3, 70 into 4, 70 into 4 plus 20 into 14. The sum will give the cost of the transportation. Now, let us multiply this. So, 19 into 5 is 95, 30 into 2 is 60, plus 6 3s are 18, 30 into 6 is 18, 180, 4 3s are 12, this is 120, 7 4s are 28, this is 280, 14 2s are 28, this is also equal to 280. So, 95 plus 60 plus 180 plus 120 plus 280 plus 280. So, if you add this, what is the answer we are going to get here? So, 180 plus 120, 180 plus 120 is 300, 300, 60 plus 95, that is equal to 155, 300 plus 155 is 455, plus 280 plus 280, 860, then 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1 is 560. If I add this 5 plus 5, 10 plus 1 is 11, and again 5 plus 4, 9 plus 1 is 10, 1015. So, this is 1015. So, therefore, the total cost of transportation is rupees 1015. That's it. So, the total cost of the transportation is 1015 rupees is the total cost of the transportation. Hope you followed. If you solve this much, you will get 8 marks. Very simple. Let me take one more problem. At least one more problem. Let us come to the next problem. Solve the transportation problem by northwest corner method. Now, this is also same type. Now, first verify whether it is a balanced transportation or not. Now, just add this. 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 10 is 17. And here the demand 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 7 is 17. So, supply is equal to demand. Here supply is equal to demand, that's equal to 7. Therefore, this is a balanced transportation problem. So, supply is equal to demand. So, therefore, this is a balanced transportation problem. Okay. Now, let us solve this. Now, according to the method, what is the method we are applying? Northwest corner. Just find out the northwest element. The first northwest element, left top corner element is 2, and the find out the demand and supply. Supply is 6 and demand is 7, which is minimum 6. Supply is the minimum. Allocate it and solve. Okay. Now let's go to the next page. So the supply and the demand are 17 is equal to 17. So northwest. Now just here, which is the first element? 2 is the northwest element. Now what is the minimum in supply and the demand? Supply is 6, demand is 7. So minimum is 6. I can allocate 6 here. 7 minus 6 is 1. Here this is 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Once this is 0 means we can cancel the complete row. Okay, the supply, that is first row is get cancelled. Now similarly identify the next northwest element. Northwest element is 1, and what is the demand? Demand is 1 and the supply is also equal to 1. So this is, we are going to allocate 1. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Here this is 1 minus 1, this is also 0. The entire row and column gets cancelled. So this is also get cancelled. Okay. Now let us come to the next element. Next northwest element is 8. So here just identify the demand and the supply. Demand is 5 and the supply is 10, which is minimum. This is minimum. So you can allocate 5 here. 5 minus 5 is 0. Here 10 minus 5, this is equal to 5. Now once this becomes 0 means we can cancel these elements. Now next come to the next northwest element. The northwest element is 6. Here just identify the supply and the demand. Demand is 3 and supply is 5, which is minimum. 3 is minimum. We can allocate 3 here. 3 minus 3 is 0. Here 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. Once this becomes 0 means we can cancel the elements. Now come to the next northwest element. The next northwest element is 9. See the demand and the supply. Demand is 2 and supply is also 2. This is balanced. You can allocate 2 here. So 2 minus 2 0. 2 minus 2 is also 0. So supply and demand are equal. Supply and demand are balanced, that's equal to 0. Hence the solution we are going to get at this stage. Okay. Just go on allocating and cancel if it is 0 in the row or a column. Cancel it and find out the solution. After allocating, so here supply and the demand are found to be 0. If supply and demand are 0 means it is balanced and the optimality is reached. Now just find out the cost. The total cost of the transportation can be calculated wherever we have allocated. Now let me shade this. So here, so this is 2 into 6. 6 into 2 is 1 point. Another point is 1 into 1. This is another point where we have allocated. Okay. Another point is 8 into 5. Here also we have allocated. Then next it is 6 into 3. Then 9 into 2. So only these are the points where we have done the allocation. So if you multiply all these and add, you will get the cost of the transportation. That's it. Now the cost of the transportation is given by 2 into 12 plus 1 into 1 plus 8 into 5 plus 6 into 3 plus 9 into 2. So therefore the cost of transportation is equal to, let me simplify this, 2 into 6 plus 1 into 1 plus 8 into 5 plus 6 into 3 plus 9 into 2. This is the cost of the transportation. 6 2s are 12 plus 1, 8 into 5, 40 plus 6 3s are 18 plus 9 into 2, 18. Add this. So this is 40 plus 12, 52, plus 1 is 53, plus 18 plus 18. That's equal to 36. This is equal to 6 plus 3, 9, 5 plus 3 is 8, 89. So therefore, the total cost of the transportation is rupees 89. That's it. So rupees 89 is the total cost of the transportation. 89 rupees. I will write it neatly. So therefore, the total cost of the transportation is rupees 89. This is the total cost. That's it. This is how we are going to solve a transportation problem using northwest corner method, very easiest method. Hope you followed this, how to solve. Okay, that's all regarding today's session. Let us meet with a different concept in the next class, in the next session. Thank you very much.